All right. Hello and welcome to Call of Misery. This is a standalone game. It's in the Stalker series. It's a combination of the Misery mod and the Call of Chernobyl mod. So this is like a super mod of sorts, and in my opinion, it's the only way to play Stalker. So this is going to be like a quick introduction video. I guess we can go through a couple of things, taking a look at the game options. I'm playing on Master difficulty, which is the hardest. There are a few things that I'm not playing with, some options like artifact degradation, which is it's extremely annoying. Basically, it means that the artifacts keep degrading until they basically don't give any real effects, basically. So I don't want to play with that. Some other things that I play without are the helicopter let's see if I can say that, helicopter patrols, because the helicopters basically show up in every zone, which is annoying, and they usually kill you pretty quickly, so I won't play with those. I'm also not playing with sleep deprivation and thirst simulation because especially the sleep deprivation, in my opinion, it makes the game almost unplayable. I have to sleep quite a lot, the same with thirst, but you still need to eat though, so that's a thing. Survival element, I guess. So we're gonna start a new game. I have a plan for this game. You can play 9 different factions, and I'm going to play Ironman mode, which means that I can save as much as I like, but when my character dies, it's over basically. All the saves are deleted, so once you die, you're dead, which is probably gonna make a few of these playthroughs quite short, because if you're familiar with the Misery mod, you will know that it's super hard and unrelenting. It's gonna kick you in the balls. So it's a super hard mod. So you know probably these characters won't be around for very long, but some of the factions will probably go better than others. I'm gonna start with the loner faction. These guys are basically, well, I might give you a quick overview of the game, I guess, if you're not familiar with Stalker. Basically, it's set in the Chernobyl exclusion zone, I believe it's called, where the nuclear power plant went haywire back in the 1980s, and basically the zone in the game, it was not only the nuclear reactor explosion that happened, but a lot of other weird stuff happened along with it. So you'll see things like mutants and these otherworldly type of artifacts, and stuff like that. So the loners are basically free stalkers. They are people that are coming from outside the zone and kind of infiltrate it to find, I guess, artifacts to sell. So they're in it for, well, different personal reasons, but usually to find artifacts that are quite valuable for the market outside of the zone. That are the loners. Then we have the bandits, and I don't really think bandits need much of an introduction. They are bandits, and that's kind of what they do. Next we have Clear Sky, which is, as it says, an independent scientific and military organization focused on researching and understanding the zone. But this faction, yeah, it was facing almost complete collapse after the failed and costly assault on the Chernobyl MPP. This is kind of lore that's, I don't know, I think it's from Call of Pripyat. I haven't played all of the S.T.A.L.K.E.R games actually, so don't know all that much about Clear Sky. So next we have Duty, which is a paramilitary faction at odds with everyone seeking to exploit the zone, and as Duty sees it, spread its corruption. So these guys kind of want to contain the zone and I guess maybe destroy it, you could say. And next we have, well, I might say, well, I'll take it later, I guess. Next is Freedom, which are basically weed-smoking anarchists and daredevils who declare themselves to be fighting for free access to the zone, and they consequently find themselves in constant conflict with Duty. So these two are sworn enemies. But Freedom kind of wants, as it says, to open up the zone to the world, which is, depending on how you see it, could be bad or it could be good, I guess. Next up we have Mercenaries, who are experienced fighters from all walks of life who offer their services as hired soldiers. It is unknown who their clients are or why they are interested in, or why they have interest in the zone. I don't know if in the game, I know in the lore at least, and I think in one of the S.T.A.L.K.E.R games, they act like guards for the ecologist faction. I don't know, I can't remember seeing them. I think the ecologists have their own guards in Call of Misery. I guess we'll perhaps see that once we're in game. Next up we have the Ukrainian military forces, which is made up of state troops, soldiers, and also Spetsnaz. And these guys are like holding the perimeter, trying to stop people from going into the zone, and they also make patrols inside the zone to eliminate anyone who should not be there. So they're basically the military. Then we have the ecologists, which are a government-funded body researching the zone in order to properly harness its potential for the good of mankind. So this is actually a part of the Ukrainian state as well. So they are close to the military, of course, but they're neutral to most factions that, as you can see, we'll go through the relations and stuff later. And lastly, we have Monolith, who are a fanatical religious cult hostile to all but their own. So these guys are, as you can see, they're enemy or hostile to every other faction in the game. These guys, I don't know what to say about them. Perhaps that they kind of want the zone for their own, I guess. But they're all around bad guys anyway. So that's just a quick introduction to the different factions. We're gonna start playing as the Loner faction, or Free Stalkers as they are called. And we can take a look at the relations. As you can see, we are hostile to, or we should say, these factions are hostile to us. Bandits, military, Monolith, and Mercenaries. And we are neutral with Clear Sky, Ecologist, Duty, and Freedom. I don't know why we are neutral to Duty, but that's a thing, I guess. Anyway, we start with 3,000 rubles. This is different between the factions. 3,000 rubles is basically nothing, as you will see once we get into the game. We have a rusty Makarov PM handgun, pistol, a PDA, some bandages, some food, breadcrumbs, first aid kits, and all other different kinds of things. Also a worn sawn-off shotgun, the TOC-34, and a bunch of other stuff. So we'll take a look at that once we get into the game. Let's see, I'm gonna try to find a fitting base. I think we'll go with this one. And you can also, if you want, you can choose to start at a random location, This is usually not a good idea though, because you might end up spawning in a zone that has very dangerous mutants or very dangerous and high level factions, so you might be completely outmatched. So we're gonna do the standard start, which is the rookie village in Cordon, which is basically the standard loner start, which is in the games, the S.T.A.L.K.E.R games, most of them. So yes, that's it. We're gonna name the character something completely. Let's name it like this. Diga Fiban. That should be fine. So I think we're set. We have the Ironman mode. I don't think there's anything. Oh, right. We'll also play the story mode. This doesn't mean that you have to follow the story, but it will add the basically the main quests from the other games. But this is completely open world, free, do whatever you like. There's no need to follow the storyline if you don't want to. So, but it's nice to have at least some objectives that that you might do in between. So yeah, I think that's enough for the introduction, and yeah, I'll end the video here, and I will see you once we are in the game. So thank you very much for watching, and keep an eye out for the next video, which should be coming shortly after this. So I'll see you then.